This is a quick shout out to CharlieBrassStuffer with his full tang knife challenge. So let's take a look at some of the knives I've got. Here is my Smith & Wesson Bullseye. It is what it is. Right there. It's hammer forged surgical steel from China. And it's got the gut hook. But it also has, and this rides in my pack for the deer hunt. It's handy for cleaning a deer and things. It's not the best in the world, but it works. Comes with the diamond sharpener, which you can also use this for sharpening fish hooks. It's got a little groove in there. Then I have some Pakistani knives. My ex-father-in-law gave me a bunch for Christmas back in 2004 or 5. I don't know, it's been a while. These are cheap knives. In fact, it says right there, Pakistan stainless. You can see the brass is starting to get pretty corroded and tarnished. I don't think I've ever used these. Blades, I don't know what's on the blades, but they're full tang. I mean, you can see the tang goes all the way up there. Hand tooled, if you want to call it leather, but it's hand tooled. I don't know why I keep them. They were a gift, probably just because I don't throw away gifts. This one here is so cheap. I tried to undo the snap on this and it was so rusted up it just broke off. This is another one of the cheap Pakistani knives. The chrome is very rough on here. In fact, it looks like this blade has been chromed. It's starting to peel off on this side as well. And I have to assume that this is a full tang since it looks like it's all one piece here. And it's riveted in. Whatever it is, that's what it is. Again, like I said, a cheap knife, but it's a knife. Now last year I was anticipating the deer hunt and I went to Big 5 Sporting Goods here in town. They had these Elk Ridge knives on sale for I think $9.99, and so I got one. I was anticipating going deer hunting, and look at the size on that thing, huh? Pretty massive. 440 stainless from China. In fact, it's never been used. It still has a little tip protector on there, and it's sharp. It came from the store sharpened, and I didn't draw out on my deer tag last year, so I didn't get to use this, but this year I drew out on a deer tag, and I think I'll take this up on the hill and we'll see what happens with it. It's kind of big, it's kind of long, but it's lightweight. For being as big as it is, it doesn't weigh a whole lot. I don't have a postage scale or I'd weigh it. But I have to assume it's full tang because here's the other part of it coming out of the end of, and it's got a glass breaker on there. This creature right here, this is a United States Air Force pilot survival knife. Now I was in the Army, but we needed something that was similar to the Marines K-bar, and so our commanding officer, he went shopping around through the military stores and he found us a bunch of these. This used to have a whetstone in there, but I've lost that over 40 plus years. These, like I say, they're similar to a K-bar. They're not an exact copy. Nothing copies a K-bar. This thing is rough. It has been through hell and back, literally, and it still has a pretty good edge on it. I've used the serrated edges on here. It's got the ripper up here. It doesn't look very pretty, but it has a lot of sentimental value. I carried this for 20 years and it, like I say, it's got a lot of sentimental value to me. The one that has the most sentimental value, this is my Western L66. Yes, L66. It looks like heck. I haven't used this in over 20 years. I haven't deer hunted in over 20 years. And I pulled it out last year and it was all corroded and pitted, and it broke my heart because this knife I got when I was, no, probably about 8 or 10 years old. So this knife is probably 50 years old. Western Knives, just got a link on that. They went out of business a long time ago, but they used to be a premier knife. And Joe Leadslinger, he had a Western knife he just did a video on, and it was a Western, and it was similar. I'm not sure what model it was, but yeah, this will, as old as it is, it's still got a pretty good edge on it. This will be going with me this year deer hunting also. I've been carrying it for a long time, and I'll continue to do so. My everyday carry is this Hoffman Richter knife. As you can see, I cut tape and plastic and cardboard with it, so the knife blade is not always pretty. This is a heavy knife. This whole structure, the handle, is metal, and yeah, it was given to me by the owner of the website Survival Life. Just happens to share the same last name as I do, and we got to be friends, and he wanted me to try this out, so he sent it to me, and I tried it out, and I told him, I says, yeah, I says, other than being heavier than sin, it's a pretty good knife, and I've been carrying it for probably over 4 years now, and it's held up pretty good. My other everyday carry is this Winchester, if you can read it. The blade's pretty dirty. Now, I don't think that it is made by the same folks from the Freedom Group, but it is labeled as Winchester. And it just got 3 simple little blades. I don't know who actually makes this, but I use it all the time. I mean, I don't think a day goes by I don't use this for something. And I've been carrying this for 5 years. Jeez, I don't know. It just become a part of me. But that's it. Hope that helped, Charlie, and we'll see you later.